Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be reviewing the Kimi sectional sofa with sliding seat and adjustable backrests. Let's dive in. This very composition is a corner composition with the meridienne element. It has a total dimension of 291 by 221, so we can consider this terminal element is 185. Then we have the depth of the sofa which is 108, and the dimension of the meridienne element is 221, so 291 by 221. What is very important about this feature is comfort, so let's discover it. So first of all, I can tell you that it gives a reasonably firm support. The armrest is perfect at the height where I like it, so mid-height, not too low, not too high. The back, of course, we said it has an adjustable backrest. Mechanism is very easy. The backrest can lie down like this, pretty much flat, and this is a good option not only in terms of looks, because I could consider to be completely lying down, but also, for example, when you sit with your feet on the sofa like this, you lie like this, maybe there's your partner on the other side and you chat, you use it to rest your side onto it. So it's not only for the sake of the looks, because when all the backrests are lying down, the profile of the sofa is quite low, and so it's also nice to look at when you look at it from the back. For example, you can imagine it in the middle of the room. I might have a dining table here, a television on the front, and in this situation, the low backrest can, together with the high feet, creates a lighter look. So now we can raise all the backs. Okay, I can stop it in the place, the spot I want. The mechanism is very basic in a good way, because it's super reliable. You can use this soft noise when you pull it up. Okay. And you can stop it anywhere you want. To pull it back, you push it completely towards the front and then back again. Okay, now we pull it off, put it on. And as to the corner, the mechanism in the corner is an optional. So you can choose whether you want it fixed in the low position, or you can have the mechanism here as well, but bear in mind that you cannot raise both sides of the corner. It's either this side, but you cannot raise it, you see, because of the section here. So I pull it up, and then otherwise I can move this one, and I can decide whether, based on the situation I'm living, I'm watching television and chatting to a friend, or I'm reading a book. Okay, so we sit here as well, and now we pull everything down. A detail about the back of the sofa, you see it's completely finished, and the mechanism is the type where you don't have the metal arms, the metal supports here that are visible. So when you raise the backrest, you don't see anything, and you have a very clean space here. Here we can see how it does support my shoulders and my neck. And now I bring the seat out, okay, and so I can rest my legs. And I can tell you, well, I'm 185, you can see that my feet are coming out from the seat, so it comes out by something like 35, 38 centimeters, which is reasonable and comfortable, but bear in mind that depending on how tall you are, your feet might come out. Please consider that if you pull out both seats, for example, if I sit angled like this, I could also have the opportunity to rest my feet. In comparison to other models that have these these sliding seats, bear in mind that the seat is not, when it's pulled out, it's not flat. So you have this front part, which is higher, and the back part, which is lower. What does this mean? It means that it's very comfortable because your bottom is slightly lower than the feet, and the fact that the feet are slightly higher than the bottom is definitely comfortable. But, for example, when you pull out both seats and you want to use the overall surface as a temporary bed, as an occasional bed, well, you have an angled surface, a tilted surface, so in comparison to other models which are completely flat when you pull them out, this is less comfortable for the use of an occasional bed, as an occasional bed. You can move the seat not only when sitting, as I did before, but also when standing. You just raise a bit like this and it slides in, and now I can activate this one as well. You see, the movement is very easy. Okay, here we see the meridienne element. I'd like to point out the stitch here. You see the meridienne element, in this case it is so big that with a 140 centimeters fabric, which is the standard in the furniture business, you would need to have a stitch in this position, and this stitch, it is aligned with the hammer element. That's the name in the business of this part which comes out from the meridienne element. You can see the 15 centimeters feet. You can choose the model. There are different shapes and different colors, and so it's quite customizable in this regard as well. The Kimi sofa can be covered with every fabric or faux leather of our collection. Here we see it with the Ambassador microfiber. Ambassador is a very, very high-end microfiber. It is similar in effect to a registered brand, a famous product, which is Alcantara. The effect in terms of touch and feel and looks is similar. I can tell you that it is very flexible in the sense that we have 93 colors in the collection. It has this writing effect and this nabuk effect, for which when you pass your hand onto it, it changes its color. And what is peculiar? Well, not only it has features of stain resistance. You can wash it at 30 degrees in your washing machine. It has a super high Martindale test result, which is 200,000, which is exceptional. And I can tell you why. The point is that most microfibers are laid on top of a supporting fabric underneath. This supporting fabric is normally polyester, and on top of, let's say, this white polyester fabric canvas, then the microfiber is laid, and you have this effect on top. Ambassador has such great results and such a thickness, it's quite thick, that it doesn't need this supporting fiber, the supporting canvas underneath, and this allows for effects which you cannot do when there's a supporting canvas. For example, you can cut it in ways for which you could see underneath the fabric and you would perceive the same exact color. It's a technical difference, but it really does make a difference, and I can suggest that when you consider microfiber for whatever, a chair, a bed or a sofa, you must look into the quality of the microfiber you're considering, because microfiber, you know, it's not a product. It's a type, it's a family of products, and there are very cheap, unreliable microfibers, as there are very high-end, super reliable microfibers. This is the case of the high-end version, but just look into the features of the microfiber you're considering. So we've come to the end of today's product review about the Kimi sectional sofa with sliding seats and adjustable backrests. I hope that you like it, and see you next time. Bye bye!